This episode of the Blerd Mob contains explicit language. While we want everyone to enjoy the show, sometimes we may say things that are not appropriate for all ages. So, in other words, Mom, Dad, Granny, we cussing. Discretion is advised. That makes sense because when MK11 dropped and they said they was bringing back Noob, I remember Ralph being so excited.
Oh, I was hyped.
He was like, "They bringing back Noob."
Like if
he was hot. He was like,
if you remember, like
King G, Grow Site, ENT. Rock with it, rock with it, rock with it, rock with it. Let me pop my shit. Let me pop my shit. Hands up.
We got a couple minutes. I'm gonna let my co-hosts choose. We could return back to our fall anime lineup, or we can do a mod reflection on the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat. What do you guys want to end this episode with?
We can do Mortal Kombat. All I'm gonna say is y'all catch up on Bleach. We right here, volume 55 out of 73. Catch up. It's cold.
What you say, Ralph? You cool with Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Alright, so we're gonna take a trip down memory lane. As far as 2022 goes, this celebrates the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, which first debuted in 1992 as a 2D arcade game. I've played both the arcade version of Mortal Kombat as well as the new gen versions of it. And it is, I would say it's an experience to see where Mortal Kombat started to where it is now. Because I'm playing the arcade mode, and it's like the graphics and the moves and the combos that I'm used to, like on console, is different. Like some of these moves that we see now didn't even exist.
Facts.
Sure.
And going back to Mortal Kombat is a US product. So if we wanted to do the big four fighting games, you have Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, and Street Fighter. 75% of that Tekken, Soul Calibur, and Street Fighter are Japanese products. Mortal Kombat is a US product. And it's
nobody play Killer Instinct.
Well, that just proves the point because I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
But that just proved wrong point because I don't know what that is. But Mortal Kombat has, we've seen it in different mediums. Video games, of course. We've gotten live action movies from the 90s as well as the Mortal Kombat that came on. When was that? 2020? 2021? When that new live action Mortal Kombat came out?
Won't talk about that. Keep going.
I'm just saying.
I wanna say it
if we wanna, I think it was 2020.
It was like 2020.
I don't like the movie either, but if we're gonna mention the cinema, you have to include it. And
we'll celebrate the anniversary for the anniversary.
We'll celebrate you for the anniversary, and we're also getting the animated content. So if you guys aren't aware, HBO Max currently has 3 Mortal Kombat animated movies. Scorpion's Revenge. I can't remember what the second one name is, but it's kind of focuses on Sub-Zero. And then they had a third one that released earlier this month that's called Snowblind. So my recommendation for you is if you haven't checked out those 3 Mortal Kombat animated movies, I would definitely recommend you watch them. But let's just go down memory lane. What was you guys' journey with Mortal Kombat?
My first one was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. And I remember that because my auntie and my cousins would whoop my ass at that game. My cousin whooped my ass with, was it Catwoman or Batgirl? I think it was Batgirl. And I just couldn't handle her. I got Mortal Kombat 9. I was trash. I'll admit, I sucked. Got Mortal Kombat X. Was running them tournaments in college. Couldn't nobody handle me a Liu Kang and Devore. Straight up. And I like Mortal Kombat 11 too.
Let's not forget
your loss. We need to bring up your loss. You must suppress that memory.
You must suppress
that memory. When we did that MK tournament and you lost and you left the whole party because you lost, you must suppress that.
Wasn't that for X? Y'all ain't touched me in 11.
That was X.
That was X.
Listen, how did y'all play against me though?
But I've beat you a couple times, Ron. We've went back and forth a couple times on X. We've went back and forth a couple times.
I don't think I've ever really played you on X. I don't think.
Now 11 is gonna be the test. I don't remember playing 11 against you, Ryan. I'm gonna be real.
We didn't play. 11 came out after college.
No, it came out while we was in college.
Did it?
It was like April 2019. Like we were close to graduating, which is why I think we didn't play.
Oh yeah,
a lot of it because we were about to graduate when it came out. But
yeah, Jade, my girl on Mortal Kombat 11, but I ain't played that in a couple of years now.
I'm gonna give you that X though. We went in on X when X dropped.
We was in it.
We went in on X.
Ralph, what was your first MK game?
I don't remember the exact title, but I would have to say Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 2 was my first introduction. I believe so. When they actually when the first implementation of Noob, because like when I played Mortal Kombat, I believe it was Armageddon. When I played that, I would always play Noob. I didn't play Sub-Zero. I didn't play Scorpion. Noob was that character.
That makes sense. Armageddon. That makes sense because when MK11 dropped and they said they was bringing back Noob, I remember Ralph being so excited.
Oh, I was hyped.
He was like, "They bringing back Noob."
Like he was hot. He was like, "Yeah."
If you remember, like just how good Noob was in the earlier Mortal Kombats, like the man was a mix between.
He's good now.
Yeah, he's real good. He's real good. I don't fault that at all.
He's good now. Noob is he's in my top 3 MK11 characters. Noob is second. Scorpion first, then Noob. Oh, you ain't have nothing else to say?
He just happy. Look at it. He was just smiling.
But I'm just gonna have something to say because I think Noob is a little bit better than Scorpion. But you know,
I feel you. I will say this. In Mortal Kombat X, Scorpion is not in my top 3. It's Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and I had a third. I can't remember who else I used to play with. So that's my
Devore was cold.
That's my MKX top 3. MK11, it's because they upgraded the combos for Scorpion. When he does that little move where he throws that chain around his back and do that thing right there, it's money, the money shot. But I really like Scorpion in MK11. I'm not a big fan of him in 10, but I like him in 11. And then Noob, I like Noob. I like both variations of Noob actually in MK11. So
okay,
that's the only reason Scorpion's in my list.
Story wise, Noob is the first Sub-Zero, correct? He was behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is what they're getting into the animated movies. So in Scorpion's Revenge, the Sub-Zero that he killed was behind, and then you get to the second movie, and the Sub-Zero that we know now is who has just become Sub-Zero.
Right.
So my assumption is that eventually, if they continue this movie series, we gonna get to Noob.
Yeah. And you know what? The Mortal Kombat story is actually pretty fun in retrospect. Like it's a fun little interesting story, and they're just putting it into the film format.
They just rebooted it though. If you beat Mortal Kombat 11, they just rewrote the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Liu Kang becoming a god.
Yeah, and making Kung Lao the chosen one. That's how it ended. Like he went back. He became the Raiden and went back and told Kung Lao, "Hey, you're the chosen one. Go do this thing." But I watched a live stream Mortal Kombat tournament a week ago, and it's still exciting to watch, even though Mortal Kombat 11 hasn't put out another installment since 2019. Like, the fact that people are still playing it, the fact that people are still competing with it, and like people are still going hard on Mortal Kombat 11. Like, I would think when I started watching it, I was like watching the semifinals. They was throwing hands. Like, they was throwing hands. Like, I watched a Tekken tournament maybe a week or two prior to that, and I was like, okay, Tekken 7. But they was throwing hands in this Mortal Kombat 11 tournament.
Yeah. I just wish they went harder in that live action film.
I wish they would have.
Don't we all?
And I think I think this goes to another issue, like with cinema, is that they always try to make the content digestible. Because if you make a rated R Mortal Kombat movie, it's only a subset of people who can go see it. You know, yes, you can go take your kids, but they have to have parent supervision. Like, they're not just letting kids buy tickets to rated R movies. So PG-13 is that medium that we've been seeing most of these high action movies fitting into. But I think that with Mortal Kombat, like, because of how gory we know it is, and because of how Mortal Kombat has evolved in the games, y'all have to make the animated movies are rated R. Y'all have to make a rated R Mortal Kombat movie. Like, we gotta get to the business.
And they made that main character who was supposed to play like the audience surrogate, and then they changed how you get invited to the tournaments. You got that symbol on your hand. Like, I wasn't mad at that, but the audience surrogate dude that none of us heard of, I was like, why is he here?
Like,
why are we focused on him?
Him being the ancestor of Scorpion, I was like, okay.
His ability was literally plot armor. Like, it was lazy writing.
And some weird armor thing that he got at you remember at the end of the movie, he got that weird armor.
It was plot armor, plot armor.
Oh, it was literal plot armor.
Little physical manifested plot armor.
I think they said they were going to make a second one. I hope that because this is coming from Warner Brothers, that they decided to scrap that out the budget. If the budget cuts don't do shit else,
scrap that.
Don't make that second Mortal Kombat movie.
Please, Lord Jesus.
If the budget cuts don't do shit else, don't make that second Mortal Kombat movie. Keep making the animated movies. Keep doing that. But
wait 5 to 10 more years and try another reboot.
Let that live action put out another game. My pipe dream, my brand dream that I want from Warner Brothers, Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm Studios. I want a Mortal Kombat versus Injustice game. So bad. That'd
be fun, especially if they make it like
so bad.
It need to be like an Ultimate at that. Like, it need to be like how they did Smash Bros. Ultimate. Like, get all the characters y'all previously had in each of the games. I know it's hard to balance it, but that would be legendary. That'd be a legendary game.
I want that so bad. Because they've gave us little pieces by letting Joker be a DLC on Mortal Kombat, and then Scorpion and Sub-Zero being a DLC on Injustice, but it's not the same. I want to see Starfire go against Katana. That is what I want. That is where my priorities lie.
Jade versus Poison Ivy. Liu Kang versus Superman. I want all of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that is I don't know if they would ever get to. I don't know what's the plan going forward with Mortal Kombat, if they would make another game or not. I would assume they would, but it's always because I think Mortal Kombat 11, the way that they upgraded the characters, like the different variations, and then with the enhance, you can do offensive enhances and defensive enhances,
which was cool.
So it's really just going back. We might as well just name the episode this. Where do we go from here? based off the things that we saw in MK11, like what's MK12 gonna look like?
Right.
MK versus DC Universe, bring it here. We want
Just
it.
give us Mortal Kombat versus Injustice while y'all think about it. Like the characters already exist. You know, make y'all the big trend is multiverse. Make y'all a multiverse storyline and ship that out. And I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up for the next 2 to 3 years while y'all work on MK12.
Man.
But do we have any final words on the Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary?
Congrats, NetherRealm Studios.
Yeah,
Keep
congrats.
Keep putting in that work.
Congrats, Mortal Kombat, for lasting. Yeah. But congratulations for surviving 30 years, like traversing through the trends of gaming, because they started with arcade, they moved to console. Now the way that they've been adapting their formula to like the demands of gaming consumers, like online modes, and then the live streaming tournaments that they do on the back end and things like that. They've done a good job keeping that, evolving their formula to match what's the next hottest thing in gaming culture. I'll give them that.
And I don't think nobody hates Mortal Kombat. I don't think they ever just made a game that folks just hated. Like, they've been staying consistent with the quality too.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a fun journey to see Mortal Kombat grow. It has.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. One, I want to thank both of you, Ryan and Ralph, for joining me on another episode of the Blerd Mob Podcast. Two, I want to thank everybody who's been watching and listening to us, whether you've been listening to us since day one or if you started listening to us yesterday. It's always appreciated for you guys to stop by. Thanks to everybody who's been participating in our Versus Tuesday tournament. That has been really fun. For our first tournament, us trying this out for the first time, this has been very fun. So thank you to everybody who's been participating. Thanks to everybody who's been interacting with us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube comments, TikTok comments. That's greatly appreciated, the feedback and being able to interact with you guys and get your opinions on the different topics that we talk about as well. But until next time, Ralph, lead us out.
All right. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok and Facebook at the Blerd Mob Podcast. And make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at the Blerd Mob. And with that being said, peace.
Hands up if you loving where you at, stand 10 toes down, shot ain't no looking mad. You can let them haters hate when they answer while I'm smiling, I just tell them life's great.